Alright, good morning guys. Just wrapped up a chest workout this morning. Overall, very happy with it. A lot of sets today. Just wanted to get as much blood flow in my chest, my upper body. Obviously my tricep is still healing, but very pleased with how it felt today. Very, very little aggravation, not a lot of stress in the injury at all today. Obviously I was extremely conservative, and it's not a bad thing actually. Got a lot of blood flow, and we'll kind of treat this chest day kind of like a deload day as I progress into this next training cycle. So pretty pleased with it. Overall, I would say that the most aggravating thing that I did to aggravate it this morning, which again I'm trying to just gauge all these movements just to kind of get an idea of where things are at with the tricep, is I'd have to say probably the incline bench. So the incline barbell bench was definitely the movement that definitely hit that area pretty good. So stayed really light, 135 for some sets there. Dumbbell bench felt really good. I was very surprised at how the pec deck felt, just because obviously you're in kind of a vulnerable position there with obviously with your arms being stretched out. You're not in a tight position, but overall those felt good too. So chest day felt pretty good, and I was pleased with how everything went. So with that, let's jump into some questions and comments. I got the first one coming in here from Fabric Mercier 2184. Just says respect. Thanks, mister. Shout out to you. Appreciate that. Got another one here from Xavier Powers 279. Just says, I'm going to buy you a case of WD-40. Appreciate that. Shout out to you. Love it. Another one here from Nun2467A. Just says freaky. Shout out to you. Appreciate that. Got another one here from Eric Cartman, Strength and Power, or POW. just says, do you think you'll ever put on enough mass to be as big as Jason Laha? Shout out to you, appreciate that comment. I'm not sure who that is, but either way, shout out to you, appreciate the comment. Another one from HDES7157. Great video. Do you feel the slight pause at the bottom is better than a touch and go? Great question. So, in the powerlifting world, I would be considered a belly bencher or a belly bencher, really. What is a belly bencher in powerlifting? That would be when you tell the head judge that you are going to sink the bar into your belly. So what they traditionally do is they want to know that so that they can gauge where the bar stops. So when it comes to a complete stop, so they give you the press command. So if I was benching raw in a powerlifting meet, I was typically a person who would kind of sit it into my belly and then, fire up. So I have always been accustomed to, that type of benching, which then turns into a quick pause at the bottom of the bench. Touch and go, obviously, I think has its benefits as far as, breaking form, really going after reps, kind of bouncing, the bar, getting that momentum. If you got a good bar with some whip in it, you're going to benefit from that, with the touch and go, depending on how you bench, how much momentum you're using. But overall, 99% of the time, you're going to see in mine a belly bench where, again, the bar is going to kind of sink into the lower part, just underneath my chest, and then I kind of press it. Pretty mumuch straight up, but I also like to kind of push back a little bit just to get that extra leg drive. Excuse me. So I think they both have their benefits. I think they're both, can definitely have their benefits. I go both ways, whether you're pausing. I'm not saying, that belly benchers, so to speak, are the only people that pause. But obviously, again, it's just part of people who bench like that. Julius Maddox is a person that, again, obviously, crazy bench presser raw. He'll obviously sink the bar into his belly some. There's been a lot of great benchers that do that. So either way, shout out to you. Appreciate that comment/question. Next one here from Levon Chapton 3676 just says, you're carrying a significant amount of muscle mass. You ever plan to cut down to like 10 to 12% body fat? Not right now. Going into the next micro training cycle, if you're following along, I've talked about kind of these training blocks, these micro training cycles, a part of this much larger macro training cycle. My last cut was over the summer. I did a 100-day cut and dropped, we'll just call it 50 plus pounds for that cut. I dropped down to my lowest body weight was between 215 and 216. Right now I'm sitting at 235. And I do not plan to cut throughout this next little, kind of macro training cycle, just because I want to hold on to as much extra water and body fat as I can, while at the same time not getting into, the mid 240s. I don't want to get that heavy. I feel really good in the 230s. It's a great weight for me, and I want to stay here as I kind of go through this. Again, if you're following along, I did mention that I'm slowly fading out this branch warren training split, and we'll be slowly moving into we're going to call it a power building training split. So I'm going to take the Westside Conjugate method, so Louis Simmons, and I'm going to combine that with a Ronnie Coleman, bodybuilding split. So I'm going to take those two training splits and I'm going to combine them together. So I definitely don't want to cut to do this training cycle for sure. So, but will there be another cut? Absolutely. Will we drop down at some point? Absolutely. Again, I like to push myself, keep things changing, and definitely there will be a cut, just not in the near future. So shout out to you, appreciate that. I got another one here from Balk Ann Brot. Just says, hey man, ever thought about doing a live stream, like just answering questions from viewers and so on? We're not into it. Oh, absolutely. Great question. I would love to do that. Just gotta find the time and maybe the right, and I don't mean find the time for me, but you know what time works for for most people. I know we got a lot of people from all over the world, really, with different time zones and whatnot. But I would love to do that. And again, I try my best to do these Q&As post-workout when I can. So either way. But yeah, absolutely, live stream would be awesome. I've tried it before. Didn't go too well. Over on Instagram, I've done them. I got to get back into doing them. Everybody over on Instagram, we get some great live Q&A going on over there. So I really love doing it over on Instagram. Again, just to give back to everybody for following along and asking questions and all that fun stuff. But either way, I hopefully at some point, absolutely appreciate that. Let's see here. Next one coming from Adrian K6P9W. Let's see here. Says, thanks for the shout out. The peptides I was taking, full name was BCP157TB500 in a formula called CLO. Just wasn't healing by itself. Can't wait to see this new workout you're starting. Get it, brother. Shout out to you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with peptides and that kind of stuff. I've heard a little bit about them. But again, really not too familiar. So thanks for explaining that. So shout out to you. Appreciate that. Another one from Cheshire ScatCat9093. So what kind of growth hormone is involved? No PEDs, no steroids, performance enhancement, no illegal substances. Get these questions quite often. So either way, shout out to you. Appreciate that. Another one from Ruthless1440 says, I always do deadlifts on my back days. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to do it on a leg day. I'm going to try that next time. Yes, great observation or comment. This was on the day that I injured my tricep. Was Sunday. I did 2 videos when I posted this. It was a Sunday and then a Monday shoulder day. So Sunday deadlift leg day, Monday shoulder day. I have always considered deadlifts on as a leg day lower movement. Always. With this Branch Warren training split, what I found interesting was him and Johnny Jackson deadlifted before shoulders. I did that one time, and then I put deadlifts back on my lower day, which was Sunday, which I found really interesting, that deadlifting on a shoulder day. But hey, I like the creativity. But deadlifts have always been a lower day movement for me, a leg day movement. So it's always just kind of been how it was. Way back, training, commercial gyms, kind of, I wouldn't say fairly new in training, but probably, let's say 6-7 years in, every leg day was deadlift, squat, leg press. And those are my first movements. So deadlift first, usually 4 or 5 sets, 8 to 10 reps, right into squats, 4 or 5 sets, 8 to 10, 12 reps, right into leg press, right into lunges after that, right into RDLs after that, and then finished up the workout with machine work with extensions and leg curls. And that was my leg day every single week. I'll never forget that leg day. Those days were amazing days. Still to some degree doing that. I mean, it's ingrained in me that concept of deadlift, squat, leg day type thing. So, but either way, give it a shot. See what you think. I definitely understand why people put it on a back day. I would consider, if you're putting it on a back day, I would more or less consider it a posterior chain movement. But again, all depending on how you deadlift as well. If you're, hamstring, quad, kind of dominant with deadlifts, if you're back dominant with deadlifts, I think it all kind of, and what kind of deadlift are you doing, right? You're doing straight-legged deadlift. I mean, RDLs, obviously, I look at as an accessory movement to deadlift and squat, So anyway, but either way, shout out to you, appreciate that comment. Let's see here, American Bulldog Fit, 5x1, 5x1, looks like big iron methods, show all 5. I appreciate the main list. American Bulldog Fit, shout out to you, appreciate your questions or comments on the channel. Definitely going to be seeing throughout this next micro training cycle, definitely going to be seeing a lot of the main lists. I don't really plan to have everything broken down specifically into like a day thing, because I'm still going to rotate workouts based on how I feel. So still going to use that kind of instinctive training split type thing, but definitely there's going to be deadlift day, squat day, bench day, and going to really emphasize the main list with obviously many different variations, and then with the majority of the accessory work and or assistant work being somewhat of a bodybuilding training split. We'll consider it for the assistant work with some of the West Side stuff too, because there's a lot of accessory work, assistant work that I like, that I want to take from West Side and just kind of feed it into kind of the Ronnie Coleman bodybuilding split stuff for the accessory or the the work that comes after my main list. So American Bulldog Fit, shout out to you, appreciate that. Let's see here. Mark Bassey M1U just says, get well soon, bro. Maybe lay off tries for a month. Appreciate that. The way things are feeling now, I feel pretty good. I have a arm day, so I have tomorrow, rest day. Arms on Saturday. And we're going to see how that feels. I definitely plan on doing, right now I can tell you, again, and I know I try not to plan things too much, but I can tell you what, I'm definitely going to do some cable push down variations, really light, and get a ton of blood in the muscle. After this week of training, especially today, I think my tricep can definitely handle some light push down work. Obviously, I just know that from the weights I've been handling with it this week, between back yesterday and then chest today, and I want to get as much blood flow as I can in that tricep. If it turns to not work out so well, of course I'm going to back off of it. But I think right now, I'm in a great spot, feeling good, and been through this before. Had so many injuries and different things that have happened over the years, and you really kind of get an understanding of how to adapt to it and what you're capable of doing, and kind of what the injury needs. And I think right now, put a lot of blood in there and really pushing myself to make sure that I stay moving, and being smart about it. But right now, I don't think I'm going to back off of it too much. I definitely consider today as a deload or a back down day. Really good day for me, but again, just kind of therapeutic. We'll call it like a spa day, so to speak, for chest. It was really nice. It was just kind of nice and smooth. Just going through the workout. Felt good. But either way, appreciate that comment. Let's see here, Pierce Smith, P-Dog, day by day. My white brother from another, you know it. Day to day, that's how we take it. Day to day, set to set, and rep to rep. That's how you gotta do it. Every day is different, every set is different, every rep is different, so you just kind of take it as they come. Let's see here. Another one coming in from DDave7026 says, don't get old as I near 54 and more injuries, but no, you'll heal up just fine. It's just part of our world of lifting. We're here for it, bro. Absolutely. Listen, all of this is relative to the human being, the mentality, how you handle obstacles and challenges, and I think most importantly, a lot of us that have been doing this for a very, very long time, you just know how to adapt. You know how to adapt your training regardless of what happens, and you always find meaning to it, regardless of like whatever obstacle is happening. You always find, I don't know how to explain it. It's just something you just become adaptable to anything, to make it happen, and you just kind of learn that. And I think that takes a lot of time, a lot of years, a lot of different experiences in the gym to be at that point, to just know that, to make a transition and adapt regardless of what happens, to continue to do what we love to do, So I just think it's adapting to certain things, and how you adapt and how you manage challenge and obstacles and stress and injuries. It all comes with years and years of experience and the ability to adapt within a split second, because, as I said earlier in some videos, is we aren't promised anything when we're down in the gym, when we're in the gym. And if you train hard, listen, I'm talking when you train, you're not just there to get toned. You're training. You're not just there, once or twice a week and going through the motions. You're training, and when you train and you put everything into this for that hour and a half or 2 hours, and you go completely, and you're just in a different mindset, different world. You're not promised anything. Anything can happen, and it could be the lightest weight. It could be it could be taking plates off the bar. Been there, done that. It can be so many different things. You're just taking plates off. You deadlift and you're pulling plates off, and you pop something in your back, and it's like you just deadlifted, 500 plus pounds, and then you're taking 45 pounds off and your back pops. It just can happen, right? It's just so many things, so many different things can happen. You just have to be ready for it. It's just part of it. It is part of it. When it does happen, I'm not going to say it's frustrating. It can be discouraging. But I think because of the time that we put into this over time, you adapt. You're resilient. You become more resilient to the adversity, to whatever comes at you. So, but appreciate this comment. Sorry, I got a little long-winded on that. But either way, Dave, appreciate that. And we're going to end on this one coming in from 917 Rod. Just says, awesome news about your recovery. I appreciate that. Very, very pleased with it as well. And with that, guys, we will see you for the next workout.